Call My Bluff is a superb game for intermediate and advanced students. It expands their vocabulary and gets them expressing ideas clearly and concisely. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video I'm going to explain what Call My Bluff is, how to play it, and how to get the best out of it in your English classes. You may have heard the name Call My Bluff before. It was a really famous show on TV in Britain in the 60s all the way up to the mid-2000s, and it had over 1,000 episodes. Players have to convince others of the meaning of an unusual word. They have to be persuasive, they can use humour, and all the while the other players are trying to work out if they're bluffing or not. It's free to play and you don't need any special equipment. You need somewhere for the students to write down things, you need something for you to write secretly, a definition, and you need a place to keep the scores. As the teacher, you adjudicate the rules and come up with a strange word, so you can't really play the game. Ideally you'd have 6 players, 3 on each team, but you can play with more players on each team, or you can have more teams, or you can have fewer players on each team, but if it's just 1 or 2, they might have to do quite a lot of work. You can't play this with a single student. Now let's head to the board to see how to play. Alright, so first up we need the teams. We've got 2 teams of 3, Team A and Team B. But like I said before, you can have more teams or change the number of students in a team. Now we give each team a word that nobody knows, and its real definition. This can be a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. For example, Team A gets the word to busk, and I'm going to secretly give them the definition: to perform music or other entertainment in public for money. Now Team A have to come up with 2 other fake definitions for busk and try to make them believable. They may write them down or just keep the general idea in their head. The other definitions must be totally different from the real one. They can't keep the same idea and just change one tiny thing. Give them a few minutes to come up with these ideas, and while they're doing that you can give a word to the other team so they can prepare for when it's their turn. Then it's time for the definitions to be presented. Each member of Team A says one of the 3 definitions. Here, if you have more than 3 in a team, the remainders will have to sit out, and if you have fewer than 3, then they'll have to say multiple definitions. Kim says, to busk is to walk very quickly when you're late for something, like catching a bus. Pablo says, to busk is to steal things from the place you work, like pens and paper. Anna says, to busk is to perform music or other entertainment in public for money. After hearing the definitions, Team B can chat together and decide which they think is the real definition. They must choose one definition as a team, not individually. Then Team A reveals the answer. If Team B guess Anna's definition, the correct one, they get a point. If they choose Kim or Pablo's and get it wrong, Team A gets a point. Now it's Team B's turn to come up with their definitions. Thinking of playing Call My Bluff with your classes? Hit the like button to let me know. Each round should take about 5 minutes. You can just play one round or you can play lots of rounds, but if you go for longer than half an hour, students might get a little bit bored. To avoid students taking too long coming up with their definitions, have all of the teams do it at the same time and set a timer for 3 minutes. The trick of this game is for students to come up with plausible definitions. If they make major mistakes or don't express themselves clearly, the other team is going to see their bluff. Help both teams as much as they need. I've found that students prefer to write down their ideas so they can think of the ideas before as a team, and then there's less pressure when they have to say those definitions out loud. They can just read from the paper. And with intermediate students, consider simplifying the definitions that you give them so that the ones that they come up with are of a similar quality. So instead of to perform music or entertainment in public for money, you could say to play music in the street for money. For a more extended version of the game, consider allowing questions. So when a team gives their definitions, the other team is allowed to ask them a few things and get them to develop their ideas. This is going to be best with advanced students and you'd want to put a time on it. 2 or 3 minutes is enough. Choosing words is easier with lower level students because they don't know as much vocabulary. With more advanced students it can get tricky, but I guess there is the reward that if they know the word then they're going to get the point. It's okay if they know 1 or 2 of the words, but you don't want them getting a lot, otherwise it's too easy. But on the other hand, you don't want to give them too difficult, obscure words because they're not going to be useful. In the TV show they use very strange, eccentric and archaic words that nobody knows because otherwise they're going to get the answers immediately. But with your students, you can give them words that are going to be helpful and relevant to their studies. Here are some good ones I've come up with that could be fun to use in your class. Caps lock, pilgrim, to carve, to stutter, squishy, and choppy. And I've got plenty more on a big sheet that I made for Enchanted ESL newsletter subscribers. Follow the link on screen or in the description to get your hands on all of my free resources and get monthly emails full of games, lesson plans, roleplay scenarios and all of the fun stuff. And if you're excited by the idea of using Call My Bluff in your classes, or if you've done something similar before, make sure to share your ideas and experiences in the comments. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. See ya!